Hello and welcome back to the next episode of the Wolfpack C# Uncut Let's Play series. We're going to continue where we last left off, where we had successfully defeated the aliens above Truth 238B2, and we were preparing for the ground invasion. The great purpose and the good thing about this combat situation was that we were able to test out our navy, see if our doctrine worked, and various other things. Now let's move on to how exactly are we going to deal with the enemy. They're on a barren planet, so it should be relatively easy to attack. And what I'm thinking is I'm going to unleash a few missiles towards them and see how effective that will be. And then I'm going to bring the task group back, and we're going to bring over ground forces. Now, the problem with precursors is they're going to have a lot of armor, and we don't have much anti-armor ourselves. So, I'm going to start thinking about designing some tank brigades, which we can then use for taking over the world. So, let's start with the, well, before we get into that, let's start with the Aurora electrons, as we always do. Always try to, anyway. Just to make sure that everything is hunky-dory and we are ready to go into the game. There we go. Okay, we've got 352 strike ASMs done in 214 days. Intruders detected. Naval admins need reassigning. Got some active fire controls at the moment. Okay, nothing too important. I'm going to tell our frigates to immediately stop firing. Because we don't need them to. So, frigates, make sure everyone's ceased fired, good. And we're going to cease fire all of these fire controls and science system. Okay, we are going to fire away. Let's have a look at task group. I'm going to fire away a single strike. We don't have many missiles left, but I'm going to do this one. And I'm going to open a fire with this single strike wing here. Okay, weapons ready, aim towards Truth 298, and open fire control. Ground forces 11.4 mil. Oh, that's meters. Oh, my bad. Assign system. Oh, I forgot. We need to wait a little bit before we can because we just shot them earlier. Yeah, so we're gonna wait a few minutes. By a few minutes, I mean about an hour. That should now mean that we should have plenty of strike wings ready to fire away. Yep, we are. Detach the first strike wing. And open fire on their ground forces. Okay, all the missiles are away. Let's land back on the carrier. Looks like one of them didn't fire. I think his launcher might be screwed up or something. Either way, we're going to land you straight back onto the carrier. Yeah, go back into the carrier. And missiles are now en route. Let's see their effectiveness. If it's not effective at all, then that will inform us justly of what we need to be accomplishing here. Okay. Impact, and there we go. Okay, so we killed... How many did we kill? So we destroyed some Centurions. So total losses, we fired 72... missiles, and then we killed 70 Centurions, 8 resupply infantry, and 2 Decurion AA mechs. That's pretty decent. That's pretty decent. But maybe not worth it, but that will definitely soften them up somewhat for our ground force invasion. So we're able to kill around 200 tons of their forces or more. We did unfortunately destroy some installations here, but we managed to get quite a few ground forces killed. So it's like we got about a 16.7% chance to hit something. So that's pretty good. And if we hit, we basically just immediately destroy their forces. Okay, I'm pretty happy with that. I'm gonna have the frigate squadron go and rejoin task force, and then we're gonna send it back to Sol and then resupply everything properly. Task group Alpha, I want you to join as a subfleet. Is there something that's slowing us down? We should be able to get these guys underway pretty quickly. There we go. Okay, and let's get everyone moving backwards. Fuel is looking pretty good. Let's head ourselves back to Sol. So let's head to Bernard Star. That should be the quickest. 37 days. We should be able to get ourselves out of here pretty fast. Okay, under the commands, go to the jump point, BR, Nipkiss. Task Group Alpha's completed orders, now in Bernard Star. That's very nice to hear. And where is... Yeah, there's Task Group Alpha. Task Group Alpha, how's fuel looking? Fuel's looking okay. How is Ego doing in terms of its fuel supplies? That is very important. I want to monitor that as it is nearby. 23 million litres of fuel available. Let's head over here, make sure we resupply as well. And yeah, that's looking good for us. Now we need to think about our troop transport capacity. We have a total of 40,000 tons worth of capacity, which means that we can move effectively, if we have a look at infantry, right? We can move a good, what's that? 5,000 tons each. A regiment has 4, so we can move around 30,000 tons or so. But we're going to need a lot more, and I also want a combat variant, and that's going to be the landing dock ship, but we're not going to develop that just yet. So, to handle that, I'm going to start looking at our ground force capabilities and what we can possibly do here. I did get heavy crewed served anti-personnel, which was useful. So what I'm going to make is going to be called a light reconnaissance brigade. No, light armored reconnaissance. And what this is going to be a 5,000 ton, 5,000 to 10,000 ton formation that will be able to support the infantry with bombardment and also heavy crewed anti-personnel weapons, and that's going to be the primary job here. As we can see, compared to normal personnel, the heavy crew has 15 penetration, and we're going to need that penetration if we are going to get through the armor that we are going to have to get through. So this increases cost by double, so we want to double the cost. Now we'll go for light vehicles. So these are light vehicles, which have a decent hit mod, size 3 hit points, shots 2. Well, if we do medium vehicles, we can go for full power, but we're going to do a light armored reconnaissance brigade, so we're going to go for light vehicles. So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to make the heavy crew served personnel vehicle. So we're going to call this the Bison. What should we name these vehicles after? I know that we have quite a few members as well who would be interested, so I think we may name it after that, but I'm going to do that for commanders likely. So let's think about this. I'm going to go with... let's do like water creatures, right? So we're going to go... shark... No, I like the more normal designation, so we're going to go... Armored LAV 2032 HCAP. So light armored vehicle 32 heavy capacity upgrade, and we're going to go for its name is going to be we'll go for Bison for the name. Then we'll put the date in. It's 2186 at the moment, and we'll create that class. We can also put in Desert Warfare if we want, or boarding combat, but it's not really worth it for me. So create that design. Now we're going to go for a medium anti-vehicle design. And we're going to designate this as LAV 44. So I'm basing this off the tonnage. And then I'm going to go for MAV for the vehicle. And I'm going to call this the Buffalo class. There we go. Then we need a headquarters. I'm going to go for a 5,000 ton capacity for this, which should be plenty. I'm going to go for 37 HQ. I'm gonna call this the water buffalo, or W buffalo, and we'll put that on avoid combat as well. There we go. Now let's get that all researched up. Go to our ground combat. Remove the labs from this guy, and I'm also going to remove some of these laboratories from him. And we're going to go and grab these designs. We have exactly 10 labs here, which is very, very nice. Let's go for the buffalo, and then also that. There we go. Those should be done relatively quickly, and then we can start building up forces. My goal is going to be, we're going to land 30,000 tons of infantry, and then then 10,000 tons of HCAP bison, or not HCAP bison, but light armored reconnaissance brigades. So to do that, we're going to need to build a lot more in the way of troop transports. So I'm going to order in another 2 troop transports to be constructed. And that will go into this group. And I want that to be redone. So that'll be 2186. We're going to build 2 of those, and then we're going to also build the other formations. Yeah. Okay, task group alpha is going to come over now. We complete research into missile launcher reload rate, which is great. Now we're going to go for the next tier, which is going to be missile launcher reload rate in 3. That should take about a year. So now we're refueling. So task group alpha is now all good. Let's head you over to Sol. Refuel, resupply, load ordnance from colony, and then also begin overhauling, as you've done a great mission for the service of the Federalist Republic. You guys now need a break for now, at least until we can get troop transports moved over, in which case then we can begin deployment of forces. We complete research into the LAV-32. Task Group Alpha completed orders. Very, very good. In terms of our destroyer stuff that I was thinking about, our guided missile destroyer here, 16 missile launchers, looks good. But the question is obviously magazine, missile fire control. I'm also going to have to modify this launcher and put a new one in, and then change that around. I'd also like to put some AMMs, but that's going to be for the cruisers, and we're going to see a lot of tech for that. Speaking of that, how is our engine power boost coming? We'll nearly have the 2.5x soon, then it's a big research for the 3x one. But once we have that, we have it for the entire game, which is really, really important. The Martin Frobisher now needs to be sent on a new mission. God, our galaxy is really getting bigger now. We've only surveyed 18 of the total systems. We're going to send you to we're going to send you to Vinman Star. That seems to be an important place. Let's make sure you resupply. And then we're going to go over to Vinman Star, and we're going to have you go explore through that jump point. We also want to think about maybe possible next generation vessels in terms of better engine technology, but for now, Ion seems to be doing us just fine. Diego Silves is going to need a new order. We're going to head you straight over to Vinman Star, and I'm going to make sure that we have all the fuel on these outposts correctly set up. So Ego's going to get regular fuel, so it'll be fine. We can move fuel from Rice to Akhtar relatively easily. We currently have 700 mines in this world, and most of the population has been employed. We are mining 14,000 tons of uranium. Oh yes, I remember we had a sector command we could build. I'm actually going to do that. Let me remove construction of ordnance factories just for now. So I'm going to cancel that real quick. We're going to build 25%. That'll be done hopefully by the end of the year. But that'll be important because we can get a lot of bonuses out of that. Looks like most of our frigates and carriers finished overhauling. Very, very good. And yeah, we're just going to continue to wait now. Complete research into the water buffalo. So we should be hopefully by the end of the year able to continue what we're going to need to continue, which is going to be our actual forces. Car Group Delta, you now completed. I believe you are moving over mines. Let's move over automated mines next, though. So we can move a total of 20 of them. We're going to go to Sirius. Go to Sirius A1, unload all installations, then head over to Sol and refuel. The point of this is we need a Gallicite. Without the Gallicite, we can't continue to make missiles. We can't continue to make engines. We can't make the things that will allow our empire to keep going. We discover the system of Wolf 359. Tundra, nitrogen, oxygen, atmosphere. No NPR possibilities because it's only 0.036. Atmospheric pressure's good. Retention, decent amount of water. Breathable atmosphere is not available because we need to increase the oxygen supply and also decrease. But definitely a very promising place here. So that would put Wolf 35. Yeah, Wolf. I need to sort this out. Where is Wolf 356? Let me have a look. So, Altair. It's been locked up over here, hasn't it? Banana Star. I'm gonna have to fix our little map problem here. Then we can do like that. And then we can do that. And then I can move Sol back to where it needs to be. And there we go. So we have Vinman Star, and then that also has a Wolf 35. So we can begin colonizing directly up to there. I mean, Vinman Star's right there. So we could pretty easily colonize. It's only 4.3 billion kilometers away. So that's another possible colony. That's a good colony. There's a good colony here. We're going to need to probably expand up there. Yeah, our empire is really sprawling out here, which is looking good. Hopefully there's no problems in this system. Otherwise, the amount of Phobia is going to have a little bit of a rude awakening. Okay, we finished all of our ground units. Very, very nice. Let's begin construction of our light armored reconnaissance brigade. So, battalion. We'll do LAB because it's not really doing reconnaissance, is it? FRA. So let's bring up our trusty calculator. Let's say we want 5,000. Let's do 5,000 divided by, what's the size of the HCAP? 32. So that gives us 156 to work with. What about 5,000 divided by, let's think about it. 5,000 divided by 32. So no, I need a new one. Divided, yeah, 2,000, please. Divided by 32. That gives us 62. So what I'm going to do is we're going to go for a single HQ, 64 Bisons, and then we're going to go for 64 MAVs, or medium anti-vehicle. That gives us a total size of 4,901 tons. So we need to fill 99 tons. So 64, I can fill 96 of that, but that's still not ideal. So if I do 68, I can go up to 5,029 tons. If I do 67, there we go. That's fine, I guess, for now. So light armored battalion is going to have 67 Bisons, 64 Buffaloes, and then also the water buffalo for command. And the purpose of it is going to be providing heavy weapon support and also medium anti-vehicle support, while also being vehicles themselves that can provide significant firepower and breakthrough capabilities. I'm going to construct two of the, I'm going to construct 4 of these. They'll be done in April of 2187. Hopefully by that point we should also have some other stuff done for us. I also need to work on our Marines, and to work on our Marines I'm focusing on trying to get our armor better for our units, so we have the heaviest armor possible, because I want to outfit these Marines with significant training in a lot of different things. We finished production of Striker ASMs, ordnance. Gallicite's looking okay. I'm going to do an order of 500. Actually, I'm going to cancel that order. We're going to get our power boost up soon. I want to start replacing the Mark 1s because they proved effective, but not effective enough. So we're going to halt expansion of actually building more of those. We just go in minerals. The Paula Diaz has completed orders. I'm going to send the Paula Diaz over to, where is it? Wolf 359, because that's a significant system. Let's have a look at my fuel situation over here on what you call it, Vice, not Vice, Ego. 6.45. Yeah, there's a lot of fuel usage that's being taken up here. Research facilities. We need to get construction and production continuing. Mining production is almost done now, which is going to be significant. So I'm going to assign you for that. We'll have primary flight control done somewhat soon, which will be nice. We're going to need that. Okay, everything is looking good. Just surveying that asteroid belt. Sector command is now done. So let's have a look at our galaxy map. We can now assign places to a sector command. So I'm going to assign this to Sol Sector. So this will put us all of these guys on Sol Sector. So it's only got a range of 1 because we've only built one of them. But let's look at where is sectors. There we go. So this is Sol Sector, as we can see here. And so this should now allow us, if we go into commanders, we're going to go to administrators, sectors, and I assign someone who is good at doing mining. Who is the highest here? I want a civilian administrator, and I want mining. Mining. We're going to go for that. Governor of Luna, you are wasting your efforts, my man. Oh, can we not actually do that? Do we need a naval command? Am I making a mistake here? No, we're good. So you're assigned to Sol Sector, and if we have a look at populations, we got assigned to Rice, working just fine. Okay, so now what that should mean if we go over to Rice, we now have a 1.45 bonus here from the sector governor, which has increased production totally to 41,727 tons, which is a hell of a lot. And we can also actually construct forces on this world. So I'm going to build 4 light reconnaissance battalions and a regimental headquarters. We are going to be mining 15,000 tons worth of uranium, and we're actually going to be depleting this relatively quickly. Also, once we get the better mining production modifier, that should even increase it as more. Surveying is going really good, though, it seems, in the in Wolf 359. Hopefully, we can get those vessels constructed and ready to go. We need those troop transports done. That's what we need. Shipyard tasks. We got 2 more on the way. And yeah, we're just going to kind of wait, and then we'll begin the invasion, or the ground invasion of the world when we can. Looks like we've got no aliens in this system again. I'm getting very lucky with finding no aliens. We'll have a look at the resources allocated to the system once they're done with the surveying of it. We're in November. We're about to finish up the year. That should now mean that we have 2 more Burgundies have finished construction. I'm going to build 2 more of those immediately. We're going to put those into that Burgundy one. And that should then mean that we have 2187. Yeah, that should... How long will that take us? Have a look. I forgot. We got those forces on the way. That'll be 2187 November, so about a year to construct, which is significant, but it's not that long. How is our shipyard coming around, by the way? We're currently at 13,500 tons. We're also upgrading another shipyard to 40,000 tons. Complete research into primary flying control. Great news. I'm going to have 10 labs just focus on beam fire control and also better weapon speeds. And then after that, we need to focus on electronic warfare because that was something we were also lacking. And the rest of the technology I'm going to put in for now into mining production because I want to get that up as soon as I can. We're also researching refueling system here. But yeah, mining's going pretty damn good here. We're adding quite a lot of production. We might have to assign even more transports to it. Let's have a look at Wolf 359 then. What kind of resources do we have available to us? Nothing much there. Magnesium, uranium, and titanium and magnesium. Nothing out of this world whatsoever. So pretty disappointing, but this could be a good population world, and it's easily terraformable as well. Speaking of terraforming, let's have a look at the situation over on Ego. I know we were continuing our terraforming progress of the planet. We're currently making 0.04. I believe we have quite a few vessels. Yeah, we have 3 Cheshire classes available here. I'm going to move those over if I can. So in the solar system, I'm going to go to fleets. We're going to go to the Cheshires. Where's the Cheshire? Task group. First, task force 02. Track to any shipment fleet. Head over to Bernard Star. Release over into the Cheshires. And then head back to Sol and refuel. Cycle those moves. And that should be good. And then we should hopefully get some more terraforming capacity over the world, as I want to get it terraformed as soon as we can. Currently only Rice is terraformed. We'll move those mines over to Sirius, which is good. Let's assign a governor. The most important thing is going to be mining bonuses. So 25%, there we go. And that should now mean that we should be mining, what's that? Yeah, we're mining 1,000 tons, and we're slowly mining gallicite. I'm going to order, we have this guy, New York B, but that's not New York B, is it? Detach you. You're going to be rolled into Mineral Transport Group Delta. And what you're going to do is you're going to go directly to, you're going to go to Bernard Star, and you're going to refuel that world, and then I'll give you further orders from there. We basically want to make a chain, so everything's going to go to Bernard Star, and then we're going to move it to Sol from that point on. Alright, the Diego Silves requires new orders. We're going to send you to Bernard Star, because we still do not have that fully surveyed for us. How is your deployment time? Not doing too good, so I'm going to have you begin your overhaul here, and also refuel and resupply. We should be able to accomplish that task. Maintenance capacity is a little bit much, but we should be able to do it. I guess we can't. We're going to have you head over to Sol then and just begin your refuel, resupply, and then overhaul. Yeah. That's what we're going to do. Okay, everything is looking good. Surveying of that. We're now beginning the survey of the survey locations. By the end of the year, we should have all our light armed reconnaissance brigades done, or light armed battalions done, and then we can begin to move everything into place. Mineral Transport Group Delta finished orders. Your job is going to be to go to Sirius, load all minerals until full, then go to Bernard Star, and then refuel, resupply, and then unload all minerals. That is going to be your job. And that should be a 141-day route, so not too bad at all. Yeah, everything is looking generally good. It's just our gallicite reserves are really taking a dive. So is our titanium. Sorium is also going down significantly, but fuel reserves are remaining okay. Okay, missile launcher reload rate is now at 3. We can go for missile launcher reload rate 4, but that's not something I'm too interested in. What I am interested in is getting ourselves some better missile agility tech, and also possibly getting us some better ordnance production. What I'm actually going to do is I'm going to go for the 6 MSP warhead, because that is going to be very, very important as well. That'll take us 6, 9, 12, 5 years to complete research. Okay. So the end of the episode, I really want to just try and get us to that ground combat, because I believe that we can do it. We trained 4 light armor brigades on Rice, very nice. 4 light armor brigades were trained on Earth. And now we're just waiting for November to come around, because then we can start doing things. Oh, looks like our scientist on Rice was killed from an accident, which is unfortunate. We can continue to research though, and once that's done, I want you to go and grab, what do I want? Let's get fuel storage. Let's get a bit of fuel storage there. Okay, everything is looking up and good. Don't really have anything too important just yet as we wait for the days to tick by, for the extra burgundies to be done, in which case we can actually begin to move our forces to where they need to go. Inactive research facilities on Earth. Let's go for defensive systems. That's something that I'd want to focus on. Oh, actually, terraforming right here. That was never completed, so let's get that on the way. So even with 20% research speed, we actually are getting through things pretty fast here. They're not taking that long realistically. So August here soon, then October, and then we can go in, or not October, September, and then October, and then we can go into something else. Retired from government age, researching to be fire control. Are you kidding me? Ugh, come on. Come on. They think they can just retire like that? Like, who do they think they are, realistically? Ah, for God's sake. Alright. Continuing our increments. And we have mining production 16 tons done, which is very nice. So that should increase production on this world even more so. So we're now doing 24 per mine here, which is pretty insane. We're mining so many resources. We're actually going to deplete the neutronium on this planet if we're not careful. Let's get the next construction and production in. Construction rate is something that I think we need to get up. We haven't really been focusing on that too much. One of our scientists died, apparently. Let's look at energy weapons. Carronades, not really. Visible light. Logistics, sensitive fire controls, defensive systems is actually something that I want to think about. Ceramic composite armor would be important. Okay, we now have all the burgundies. Now we can actually get to the fun part. So that gives us 80,000 tons of capacity. We're going to refuel from colony. Speaking of fuel, yeah, we have plenty of it. Now let's organize our forces accordingly. So we have 3 regiments ready to go. And I'm going to name these regiments accordingly. So for the first regiment, we're going to be calling it the first infantry regiments. There we go. First infantry, and then second. And I'm also going to be renaming the commanders that are in command currently to some of my lovely supporters over on who are from my members. You guys really do keep the channel going. And so we're going to be naming our commanders after. So we have here we have Brigadier Alice Glover. We're going to rename you. Let me go to Brigadier, but like that, Alice Glover. We're going to rename you to Alter Ego, and then your last name is going to be 1101. There we go. So you will now command of the 1st Infantry Regiment. Mark Potter, we're going to call you Luis Neto. Another member, you are in command of the 3rd Infantry Regiment. And then we're going to rename you to I forgot. Harvester? I forget. This feels so bad. Let me bring up something real quick. I'm going to make sure that we get this guy named and done. King Strozer. How can I forget? King Strozer. Strozer. There we go. So, you guys will lead the charge. We have our 3 infantry regiments practically ready here. And we also have a combat engineer brigade, but I don't think that's going to be too important for us, so we're not going to bring it. We're just going to bring 12 infantry battalions. And then we're also going to bring 4 armored battalions with us as well. So, load ground units. We're going to load all subunits. We're going to load the 1st, 2nd, and 3rd infantry regiment. Then we're going to load the 1st armored, 2nd armored, 3rd armored, and 4th armored. What do you mean you're unable to load? 20,000. There should be plenty of room. We have 4 infantry. Yeah, we should have plenty. What do you mean? You have 40,000 troop capacity. Okay. Yeah, you have loaded all of these forces. Why did you load the combat engineers? That's why it screwed everything up. God damn it. First infantry, unload combat engineers. And then how many do we have here? Total 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So that is what? 5, 10, 11, 12. So unload third, unload the third combat engineer battalion, and then we can load the rest of the forces in. Yeah, so that is what, 4,000? Am I doing the math wrong? I must be doing the math wrong. These are 5,000 tons, so if we have 20,000 tons per battalion, oh crap. I am right. We can only load 2. My bad. Let's unload you. Unload you. This just makes everything so messy. 5th. So we can only load that much. So we're gonna, once that's unloaded, there we go. Then we're going to load up the correct ones we need to load down. So we're going to load in the 2nd Infantry Regiment. Then the light armored car, and then also this other one. And then we have transported right now. We need the 1st Infantry Regiment, no 3rd. I'll have to move that out, won't I? Yeah, I will. It's unfortunate. Aurora. The micromanagement is always a pain. Let's detach you and move you straight in. So unfortunately, we're going to have to leave one of the commands behind. But it's fine. Okay, so let us load again. We need to load one more. We need to load the 1st Infantry Regiment. There we go. What do you mean you're unable to load? You should be able to load all of them. Okay. You loaded that. You have 60,000 tons available. Unless I am wrong, we should be able to load the next 10,000 tons worth of forces. Why are you doing this to me? Why are you doing this to me? 2nd Infantry Regiment, 10,138 tons. Oh, they're just slightly too much, aren't they? Fine. You know what I'm going to do? I'm sick of this. I mean, sick to death. Troop transports. Buying a bloody Burgundy class. It's 500 BP. I can do it. Miscellaneous. PC Burgundy 1. Buy. Okay. That should now allow us to load both of the ones I want in. Load. Do not load those subunits. Load the 2nd and 3rd infantry regiments, please. What? Oh my god. Aneurysm. Why the hell are you doing this? You should be able to load 2 infantry regiments just fine. Move all these to the 3rd. Okay. All I'm asking you to do, troop transports, is load some infantry regiments. Not that hard. 1st, 2nd. Why not? Last time I checked, you can load the other one in just fine. I am wondering what the hell is going on here. This must be a bug. Ah, little sub. These have cargo shuttles. I don't get what is such a big deal why they can't load these infantry regiments. They're only 10,000 tons each. You should be. Oh, I know. Oh my god, I'm being dumb. It's because each ship can only hold 10,000 tons. And so, okay, well, that's a problem. Looks like they're not getting any commanders. Fine, whatever. I don't care. 7th, 8th. That's 20,000 tons. Let's bring a combat engineer battalion. Combat engineers are 10,000 tons as well, so we'll oblige them. Do we have all the forces here? Yes, we do. Okay, 19,000 tons. We're going to go to Struve 2398. Here we go. We're going to head to the second planet. Move to location. That'll take us 120 days. We'll wait a few days then until we can. Okay, month. Research facilities on Vosted. So that is something I'm gonna. This is the problem with these troop transports. I'm gonna need a lot bigger ones, and I'm also gonna need to improve them significantly. Okay, let's send the task force. First off, let's make sure we can load all ordnance. Once you're done with that, head over to Shoot 298, head over to beat number 2. And yeah, there we go. That should take you about 60 days total. Let's head over to Shoot 298 just to make sure that our forces don't just like run into death or something. Okay, here we go. Troop transports are on the way. Now, they could still be SDOs. They would have to fire for us to know they're there. So I'm going to hold these troop transports and not send them over immediately. Martin Frobisher completed her overhaul. Let me go over to Martin Frobisher. Resupplied. Yeah, we can go over here. I'm going to go to Van Man Star. Okay, I'm going to hold our troop transports here. And we're going to wait for our other forces to come in. Okay, we have found the targets. Okay, we are now above the planet. We're going to move our other forces over to here as well. And I'm also going to now begin bombardment of the planet. Actually, we're going to hold off for now. We're going to hold off for now. If our ground forces can't handle it, then we'll do some bombardments. Okay, troop transports are in position. Begin unloading onto the planet. Create a colony. Unload all ground forces. Here we go. Do we even have a FFDF in this? Yes, we do. We do have access to recon. Okay, so we can actually provide some fire support. Here. That's good. But I'm not sure if it'll be any effect. So that's going to take us about a day to unload all the forces. 8 hours, 8 hours, 3 hour, 20 minutes. Okay, forces have been unloaded onto the planet. Bit of a mess, not gonna lie. We're going to put field positions for our light armored into frontline attack so that they can get more breakthrough. And then the rest of our infantry is just going to hold the line. Our combat engineers are going to sit in rear and they will just try and not take any damage. So we'll put you in the rear echelon and just have you fortify as much as we can. Okay, so here we go, ladies and gentlemen. We're going to be beginning our first round combat for this for today. Let's do it's 3 hours, 3 hours, and an hour, and that's an hour. Here we go. Ground force engagement, ladies and gentlemen. So let's have a look at the start. A bunch of people got awarded there, which is nice. Unfortunately, my members are not able to leave the charge because I put them in the regiments, but they're not to be loaded. We opened fire a lot. No breakthroughs were unfortunately caused. We inflicted we fired so many times. We only killed 58 Centurions, 3 Praetorian mechs. The armor value is pretty decent compared to ours. We classified as weapon 1. Wow, that's some significant capabilities. Decurion AA mechs. Holy crap, we lost a lot of people. Jesus Christ, we lost a lot. That's 40 LAVs. Formations being wiped out here. These guys are not messing around at all. What are we estimating their target strength at? Estimated forces unknown types 177. Okay. We're gonna soften these boys up. We're gonna soften them up. Load ordnance. Target ground forces. Assign system. Okay, fire. Come on. Hurry up. Everyone fire. There we go. That's what I want. Let's have a look. We killed 135 Centurions, 14 supply infantry, 2 Praetorian mechs. Okay, good. Overall, pretty damn good. We're going to keep doing this until we soften them up enough for our infantry forces, who currently are having a bit of a problem, probably due to the fact that they are got no command capabilities here, but I believe in our forces. So let's land all our strike wings. We don't really want these missiles anyway. We're going to remake better missiles at the end of the day. Land on the assigned mothership as subfleet. And then land on the assigned mothership as subfleet. And then we'll wait a little bit. We can do this a lot quicker than ground combat can occur, so I'm not too concerned, I'll be honest. Okay. And we're good. Take strike wings off and fire again. There we go, 100% chance to hit. There we bloody go. We killed 122 more Centurions. We killed 10 resupply infantry, 2 construction vehicles, 1 Decurion mech. Yeah, their hit point and armor values are pretty goddamn decent. If we have a look at the race report here, and we look at ground unit classes, we can see that Centurion, construction vehicle, Decurion mech, Praetorian, combat mech. Each Praetorian combat mech's not messing around at all. So the Centurion over here has an armor strength of 12. Not sure, can we even pen that with our infantry? Federalist Guardsmen, 2147. No, we can't. So our infantry literally cannot penetrate through that, but I think we have access to AT. Yeah, AT should be able to pen barely. Yeah, we can pen through that. Okay, land again. These strikes are being very effective here. You'd think so when you fire this many missiles towards a ground force. The hope's going to be that we can soften them up enough for our ground forces to win the day. I'm not sure if that's actually going to be able to work out, but what is going to work out, hopefully, for us is going to be these missiles. So let's detach them again, and we're going to fire again. Hello? Did I not wait long enough? I did not. No. I'll just wait a little bit. Increment adjusted. This could be due to player race or due to fire culture. Oh, yeah, okay. I apologize, game. I apologize. Let's land you on the sub-fleet. Okay. Okay, 20 minutes. 20 minutes. You guys now good? Yes, we are. And then detach. And detach. Fire away. Missiles on the route. And how many did we get with that one? 106 Centurions, 1 Decurion AA mech. We also hit the Praetorian leader, but we didn't actually penetrate through the armor that effectively. The Praetorian combat mechs, we did penetrate some of their armor, but yeah, still. So how many forces do they have left? 5,700 tons worth of forces. What's our missile stockpile looking at right now for our task group? We can fire probably 2 to 3 more salvos at least. I'm going to do so, to be honest. We're kind of turning this planet into a ball of slag, but, you know, the ruins will survive, and that's really what matters here. So our forces should now be ready, and then we're going to fire once more. Missiles are away. And impacting with all the ground forces. Return combat mech destroyed, penetrated through there. Centurion killed. So we're mainly destroying Centurions, which is working out pretty well for us overall. That now means that we're at 5,200 tons. Fleets, land on subfleet. Land on subfleet. We should now have the next wave of combat, ground combat happening soon, so that'll be interesting to see how effective that will be. 20 minutes, 20 minutes, 20 minutes. Here we go, yeah. This wave of combat. We lost a lot of infantry, mortar teams, AT teams. We have inflicted very few possible casualties. Praetorians did okay. Attack report, that's Praetorian combat mechs. We only hit 131 times out of 5,000 shots. That is pretty pathetic, I'll be real. The 10th Infantry Battalion was completely wiped out. We estimate hostile forces at 951 Centurions. Construction vehicles 1. Resupply infantry 50. Praetorian leader. I see. We may have to pull our forces out of there. But the estimated time for that is going to be significant. We're not inflicting enough casualties, so I have to rethink my ground force capabilities, and I also need to restart the troop transport capabilities as well, because they're not being as effective as I would want them to be. I'm going to detach this wing then, and let's fire one last salvo at them. I'm also going to order our troop transports to immediately begin loading preparations to load all forces on this planet. 14th, 12th, 15th, 1st, 2nd, 3rd. There's no point in wasting these lives here. They're not being effective properly anyway. 5th Infantry, 6th Infantry, 7th, 8th, and 9th. There we go. That will take probably a day. Okay, we fired and we hit. And we killed some Praetorian combat mechs, and we've identified that as a medium vehicle. But, yeah. So even though we are decimating them, we don't have a big enough advantage here to realistically be able to do anything. How long is this going to take to load us? It's going to take hours, is what I can tell anyway. We're slowly loading the formations back on. How are these losses looking like? Actually not as bad as before. But they're still killing us about 3 to 1 here. Morale is definitely reducing massively. How are the LAVs doing? They're doing okay, but we're just not killing enough of them, realistically enough. So yeah, we're going to slowly just start loading all of our ground forces into these. Into the ships as fast as we can. We have 4,100 tons left. We just lost 300 guardsmen. Yeah, we're going to take some significantly high losses on the retreat here. So, our ground force combat capability did not go as well as I expected it to. That probably has to do with the bonuses not being provided by the regimental commands. So, as we load and retreat our forces out of the planet, I'm going to leave the episode off here. I hope you have enjoyed. Please don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. I'll see you guys next time. And yeah, see you guys. And special thanks to my members Altigo1101, King Strozer, and Lewis Neto. Thanks to you, we're able to keep this channel consistently uploading. I'll see you guys next time. Bye bye.